Alright, in this video I wanted to talk about looking at the debate and both sides of the coin on if you're playing dodge, what is better? Self-buffs, like through def boost buffs. There's several items that exist. The most notable ones are Bun, Barret, Guest, and Pet, especially on a celerity turn for them. When you train Charisma, you're already basically becoming near unhittable unless the monster has auto hit. You throw on like a single item like Summoning Stone, which is doing Dodge Lash. That's plus 40 Charisma, plus 8 blocking. Due to the out-leveler formulas of the Pet and Guest combos, I think the combined boost is like, I don't remember the number, like 94, which is more than enough 99% of the time. It's super simple and fast to go that route, and there are advantages to doing it. The biggest advantage is it doesn't require setup. It just requires a couple items. You can beat the Bun, Barret, Guest by both items, and then you're pretty well set. You can get other items to support it, but other than that, you're set. You just need to maintain the upkeep. But therein lies the potential downside. That you have to maintain the potential upkeep every turn. So, the alternative to that is status inflictions, and there's a few. You can give the monster Berserk, which is going to reduce its accuracy. Blind/Dazzle, although Dazzle status, in my opinion, needs a rework. You have the Cold, which is reducing monster accuracy. And so you have different ways to go about it. I guess for Rangers, you have that one status that the Root of Daw was doing, Entangled. It might work for it, but that status got basically killed off with the stat revamp. But all in all, you have that as an option. Now, to enhance that, you need to train luck. Some people don't like luck. They would rather train other things, maybe like endurance. You have boss boost from monsters that will try and thwart the status infliction and cause you to struggle. And it doesn't work, and then you get hit, you get blown up, those kind of things. So, but on the flip side, if you do get it to land, some blinds are maybe... I know there's one on a low-level item that's up to 10 turns. Absolute Darkness is forever, even though the actual blind amount's low. But there's a couple options that's like 6 turns. If you can get all of your hits land. So I wanted to talk about the why going the active status infliction route may be superior. And so it's due to a specific set of items, and the idea here is to get blind stacked as high as possible, as fast as possible. And so as a lucky beast mage, I wanted to kind of show what I personally do. So I hop in my paladin armor, and then I grab potent stuff. So part of the strategy is potent stuff. If you're not going to use potent stuff, this is going to be less viable. So whenever you play this game and you try different things, you need to utilize items that enhance it. It's no different than damage, where you're stacking different things that enhance damage. If you want to stack potency items, that it's going to end up allowing you to inflict. There's an ultra rare golden gift box item, the Seraph Calamity. It's a light staff, has 2 modes. I think the other one's like a light burn or something. But on one mode, it's a blind if you cast a light spell. Well, Paladin is a light armor with several abilities, and inside it is a light spell that inflicts blind by itself. So the blind from the spell that the armor has is going to stack with the blind from the staff. Now, if you're worried about potency, let's say this was a boss with plus 40 boss boost, and you're like, there's no way I'm going to get this. So you could, in theory, take, let's see here, an int boost, which I was using this one. I don't have arcane amp, but if you do at least 100 more intelligence, then what will happen is you'll get 20 points of potence on your inflict, versus whatever stat the monster's using to resist. That assumes same level and standard stat builds. So in this example, I'm going to have 20 points here. I'm going to have 10 points here. This is a lower level monster, so I'm going to actually have several levels on it, so I'm not worried about the infliction. I probably need to charge this guy back up, but I also have access to Pride Lords. These are also golden gift box items, and so when you look at it combined, you get your basically 11 from Optico, and then you got a 9.3 from the pet. You have the 13.9 from the guest. You have the blind potence, 20 from the shield. I don't even remember what the spell and the staff's bonuses to save, if anything, exist. But what I'm going to do is I just make sure I do celerity, and then this is going to scale based on light. But the first thing that I'm going to do is bring out Mindbreaker Defender. This one does not scale if it inflicts. This is actually a negative 20 save in its intelligence versus intelligence. The percent clip that it actually will inflict is massively high. So I start off with 28, and I don't mind losing some resources here, because the blind will inflict so high that it's not even going to matter once I'm finished. Let's heal back some stuff here. So it's not even going to matter, because the monster won't be able to hit me. 95% of monsters won't be able to hit you. So you just go to this spell here, and you're going to watch that 28 blind. After one spell, it's now 6 rounds at 66.5. Now after 2 spells, we have 6 rounds at, I think it was 120 something, but this monster has such low hit points that it died. Keep in mind, I'm a necromancer, so some of the skills and abilities that's under necromancer, that's under on the paladin that's still available even though you're a necromancer, is basically a lot better than the other way around. Hang on, I'm trying to get a little bit better monster here. Let's see. So Prime Chaos Orb obviously is essential. A couple clicks. So in this time I'm actually going to lose out on my ability to do celerity, unless, let's see, no, I won't be able to, because I don't think I have this charged up. Yeah, so I would have maybe several options just in case, but I didn't charge some of this stuff up for right now. So let's do 1 cast versus 15 here. Actually, let's do this. So I even lost my ability to do Mindbreaker, maybe? No, didn't. Okay. It's one of the gambles with Prime Chaos Orb, which is fine. Give me my potence. This level 135 monster. So I'll only be able to get to go once, but you're going to see it's still going to be good. I mean, 60 blind. Pretty low chance to hit me. And then I'll do it one more time, and then it won't be able to hit me. anymore. So 101. So at this point in time, so basically, if I would have used celerity, if I had gotten a little bit luckier with the prime chaos orb clicking, then it would be after turn 1 for the next 6 turns. I'm free to do whatever the hell I want, and so that's my whole point. I don't have to worry about this per turn upkeep from Bun Barretts. I can hop in boosters and just nuke now with absolutely no worry, or I can go other routes. I'm personally going to just use Nightmare, because part of the reason for my video is the partnership between Nightmare and Paladin that I wanted to show off. So basically, you start off with huge blinds. It's a little less effective if light element is lower. Some monsters exist with nothing but low resists. This stack, in my opinion, if you're utilizing Mindbreaker, which doesn't scale, it kind of boosts this a little bit, so it's still not out of the realm of possibility. Form shift immunity and a negative or really low light resistance type of monster will absolutely kill this. But, you know, you can find other ways. Mandate, you can find other blinds. Darkness Orb Shroud's like a 5-turn blind to darkness spell. So there's other options if you wanted to open up your inventory for it. So I'm basically going to do the skill here. And now let's say that this is the first battle of 2 and you're questing. What I would do is I'd break out Chrono Paladin. Now I've got 1 of 2 options. Havarti Blade. I'm hoping it's going to proc. I don't really care about the damage, just to do this combo and see if I can get phase to trigger for a heal. If I block everything, then I'll heal my hit points with this misc, or I can use Optico and maybe that might work. Another thing I might do is I might bring over instead that Frostveil weapon, and on my first turn skip it with Optico there, and I'll have a ×4 pet Lucky Strike, and then swap it out the next turn with this guy and still have a pretty high rate here. That's a way that that's another way where I don't have to use Optico here. I can actually use this guy and still get pretty decent Lucky Strike rate here. So I'll probably just swap it with this guy here. And so from here, you know, you're not going to be hit. Hopefully one of these 2 will trigger a celerity for the pet and guest. It's a 50% clip with Havarti Blade, so one of them should work out pretty decent. Decent heals, even without the Lucky Strike. It's going to go twice. It's just going to kill itself. I'm also healing, as you can see. So I'm basically prepping for the next battle. So what I'm using here is a hit point heal, and this combo is an MP and SP heal. So let's go ahead and do this swap real quick, and then let's see how well this works. I think this scroll used to be super fast when they first made it, and then I think they slowed it down due to complaints. It was over the top, but now I think it's a little too slow. The Slaymore Act of Kindness. That's the weapon. You can find it up in Frostveil shop. Not the Christmas event, but the location. So let's see here. Again, you get celerity. Just to get your. Now I would break out Pride Lords versus a boss, but some of these guys, I don't really think it's necessary. there should be enough potence here to pretty much get what you want versus normal monsters. So at 88 blind, and I didn't even use the Mindbreaker Defender, 88 should be enough, especially with that stat spread. It's an old school monster. It's going to miss every time. And then what I was talking about earlier at this point is I would hop over to Nightmare. Now I healed back my SP and MP, right? So MP I just cast it 2 times. It's almost fully healed. And that's the value of setting up the blind that's multiple turns, so you're not using def boost pets and guest combinations. There's no need for it. So in this example, what we'll do here is actually, I'm going to actually click this guy with Optico out. That's key. Click it, wasted a turn. But if you'll notice here, I will have times 4.18 pet hypercrit, and then I'll just come back over here. It's actually going, I might end up killing it before you'll actually see this. But if I wanted to, I could probably just make sure I'm fully healed here, and then I just use the Chrono Misc to heal twice. I actually already have celerity there, right? Nope, it's just the player. Alright, maybe he won't die, we'll see. I think he will though. Yeah. But anyway, the Pumpkin Golem would have killed itself while healing me, and I would have, this would have been filled back up, but we'll try one more monster and then I'll end this. Hopefully we don't get a fucking chest here. Alright, so this should be a lot of hit points. And it's 130% to light. So again, it's just pretty simple setup. And they won't hit me for the rest of this battle. 115 blind. I didn't even have to use the shield. Didn't need to because I knew 130 to light would be sufficient. Alright, so now I'm going to come back over here. Get that done. Let's go ahead and bring up this guy. Go ahead and click it. Now I can swap out. I'm going to do this just to kind of demonstrate this misc. And then I'm going to dodge lash and then maybe get a pet and guess celerity here. And we'll see what happens. Monster may end up killing itself right now. If not, it'll be one more turn after that, most likely. So let's see. Got full SP, pretty full MP. Block, block, block. Damages itself. Block, block, block. Blah, blah, blah. Heal, heal, heal with the misc. Now I'm healed back up to 2859. Which, by the way, has 10 more blocking. Oh, by the way, my pet hypercrit is still 2 rounds at 4.18. So now we have another celerity round. See what we end up with. Didn't trigger that time. By the end of this, I will probably have 3 full hit point bars, or 3 full resource bars, I should say. So SP is officially full, MP will be officially full. It'll kill itself. I will heal, and it will be dead. So we basically have 3 full resource bars. All because I set up the blind in the beginning. And so, in my opinion, this is the better route, especially if you're questing and you're needing to manage your resources, because you can set it up. And you don't have to use this combination. You can just use like Fairy Godmother or Plush Mort or Mosquitoes, or if you want to heal your hit points, you can use the Exalted Drone combos. There's many options out now, but that's all you really need to do is just try to blind stack quickly with huge potencies available, and just go from there. And I think, in my opinion, based on items that are available, what's better, inflictions or self buffs? I think an argument could be made that maybe inflictions are kind of now better based on all the potencies that you have available at your disposal.